Capricorn, this is Tina with 85th House Vibrations, and this just in. This is where we get all up in other folks' business about love and relationships. This reading will be good for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And if you would like to pull together a more complete picture of what the rest of April might look like for you, you can check your Moon and Rising sign videos if you happen to know what your Moon and Rising sign is. This is a general reading. It will not resonate with everyone. Let me go ahead and address the noise issue on some of the videos. I've gotten some comments saying that they couldn't hear, that there were noise problems. I am aware. I think the Leo video, for any of you who might have to refer to that video, is probably the worst. But I think the whole video is pretty noisy, but I think the first couple of minutes I'm talking kind of low and you can't really hear me. But if you hang in there, you are able to hear me. It's just annoying. It's the fan on my computer that kicks in and it gets really, really noisy. One day I'll correct that. So I am aware, guys. Sorry about that. Let's get into it. I have pulled 3 cards from the Llewellyn Tarot, and I'll be pulling clarifiers from this little pocket rider Tarot. Let's get started. Capricorn, the first cup we have, the first card we have is the Two of Cups. And these cards are kind of watery. It's dim in here, so I'm doing the best I can with that now. Two of Cups. You could be probably getting back with somebody, making a connection. It's a reconnection. The Two of Cups is about reconciliations, like I said, being able to reconnect. It's 2 sets of emotions, of feelings, coming together harmoniously. This could even be about telepathy. When the Two of Cups shows up in a reading, it's in a relationship reading, a relationship of any sort. It doesn't have to be romantic. But if it's a close relationship, like with a parent or a sibling, or a lover, generally this card shows up in a reading with people the person that they are connected to, whether they are aware of it or not, they can connect telepathically with one another. And they often do, but it's dismissed, probably for coincidence. Anytime your lover or somebody you love, you were just thinking about them, and the next thing you know, your phone rings. That's because they telepathically received that energy from you, from wherever you are in the world to wherever they are. I think people mistake telepathy for, one person saying in their head, "Dear, I want a sandwich." And then your baby comes walking in the room saying, "You want a sandwich?" No. Well, I guess it could be it, but no. Anyway, so Capricorn, it looks like you could be reconnecting with somebody else. This Venus in retrograding in Aries could have, maybe caused some problems. And it's looking like if you connected with somebody, or if you were having problems with somebody during this Venus retrograde, that it's okay for you guys to come back together. Some of these relationships that happen, especially the new ones when Venus is retrograding, are ones that should be left by the curbside once Venus goes direct again. But depending on the surrounding cards, we'll see where this is going. But as of right now, this looks like a relationship that not only is okay to hang on to, but it's probably one that you have already, this is a connection that you more than likely already had with somebody. The next card is the Five of Pentacles reversed. So Capricorn, you may have been feeling some lack You know, this is about coming out of poverty, hardship. This is about recovering from bad health. This is about breaking away from the institution. Whatever the institution is, whatever you feel like has kept you imprisoned, this is about breaking free from it. Fives are always about chaos and conflict. And within chaos and conflict, a lot of times we are able to break free. You know, generally, if chaos is going on, something's getting broken. So, Capricorn, in this love reading, I am, you know, where you may have been feeling like that you were lacking with the physical connection with somebody. That's change. That's changing. Um, you will be breaking free from that feeling of restriction and not coming together physically, and lacking that physical touch, that physical desire with somebody that you know you're truly connected to. Like I said, this is somebody that you are in, there's a intuitive connection. You guys are psychically connected, and it's like you guys have been through your ups and downs. You've been through your hard times, but that connection is so true and so strong. Maybe this time around, try to do some things a little bit differently than you have in the past. Because this could be a, you know, a situation of two people uh, that, you know, come together and go apart, come together and go apart. With this five of coins reversed, and like I said, this, you know, breaking out of that restriction, uh, or that feeling deprived, you could keep that going maybe by maybe just trying to do something a little bit different, whether that's in the way you communicate, in the way that you connect physically, uh, in the way that you all go about your, you know, day-to-day activities. And by doing something different, it could simply mean just doing something to spice things up, being a little creative. You don't want to feel deprived in a relationship where you are so closely uh, connected with somebody. That would be a waste. So the five of pentacles reversed is definitely giving you the opportunity to do something different, whether that's financially, physically, you know, or otherwise with your baby. Okay. Yeah, we got the King of Wands. This is somebody who's gone through and grown through. You know, and you know, I feel like through experiences, this King of Wands knows exactly what to do. He's ready, and he's passionate, and he stands very firm. And Capricorn, you know, this just came up with Sagittarius too. This is about physical connections with somebody you love. When you see that single wand standing tall like that, the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Wands, um, those may be the only three of the wands. I'm thinking about the page, but now I don't think the page holds his wand quite like that. But you know, whenever you see that wand standing erect like that, you know it is a phallic symbol. So this is often about sex, and I just talked about you may have or maybe somebody that you're with had been feeling a lack of a physical connection. But you guys are good. I mean, Capricorn, somebody's full grown now. I mean, the King of Wands, Um, he's done everything. This is not a man who has stayed still. He's sitting down now probably because he's done so much that you know, he needs a little rest, and he can take his rest because he's done everything under the sun. You can tell that he's very energetic and passionate, and that he's over the course of his life, that's the type of energy that is embedded in him. I'm he certainly looks like the king of his castle. Everything about him says full-fledged, full-grown man. And so whoever it is, Capricorn, if this is you, that you could be dealing with, there's no issues there. They're cool with that. For the ladies, this is maybe somebody that you have had your eye on, somebody that you wanted to be with. This King of Wands could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And like this could be somebody, I said that you guys have probably been together before. And I was talking about in the physical sense in this life. For those of you who are not already dealing with somebody, in a relationship with somebody, you may not have been with this person physically in this existence, but you've been with them before. And now, in this lifetime, for some of you, this could have been a physical longing for somebody. For some of you, I'm feeling like that you were looking at somebody that you probably don't think that you could have. Capricorn being an earth energy, you're very grounded, and you don't get accused, of doing too much or being too dramatic. So I guess if a Capricorn, if this King of Wands isn't you, if this is somebody who you might have your eye on, that fiery energy for you, even though Capricorn is the authority, and people come to Capricorn to get it done. He's real, the Capricorn energy is a respected energy. It's ruled by Saturn. But when you start to go after this type of energy, and the king, no doubt, earth energy, I think sometimes can feel like, I don't know, because, can they even see me through their own fire? They got so much going on around them. Can they see through the flames? It's not necessarily a matter of being insecure or having no confidence. It's just that, with somebody this robust and fiery, you wonder, like I said, can they see past their own fire? Whoever this King of Wands is, I feel like once he gets through sitting here for a minute and, trying to make his next move his best move, which he absolutely can because he's the king and he's not the king for any reason. And he's looking into the future. This is something that is moving forward. So Capricorn, whoever this is that you may be, for those of you already dealing with somebody, like I said, this is good the way that I see it. What you feel like you have been lacking, I feel like you're going to get that now. This King of Wands, though, this is a really strong individual. If this is you, Capricorn, somebody is looking at you like a piece of steak right now. And Capricorn, if this is somebody that you're after, if you're not a vegetarian or a vegan, you might be looking at them like a piece of steak. And I just get this feeling though that for some of you, you've been just, for whatever reason, thinking that this person is out of your reach. And then with this person looking in that direction, that's even all the more reason for me to think that you feel that they are out of your reach. But I don't think that's true. Let's pull a clarifier to see. The 9 of Wands reversed. I think somebody might be having, again, somebody might be creating their own restrictions in this. The 9 of Wands reversed talks about, feeling like you are fighting losing battles, and it makes you anxious. Somebody's feeling like they can't seal the deal. But with this 2 of Cups here, you're already connected to this person. Whatever limitations could be around this relationship right now, I'm thinking, guys. I think that if you feel some sort of limitations in this relationship, you may just feel alone, but you're not alone. Even with this, see, with this 5 of Pentacles upright, I'm trying to see. I want to make you guys see this. There are 2 people down there in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that well. It's like they're together, but they're not supporting each other. But the bottom line is there is still somebody there. Well, in the reverse position, like I said, this is coming out of poverty. And that person that's there, because you're coming out of the hardships, because you're coming out of the poverty, that person is still there. They didn't disappear off the card. Y'all had some struggles. You maybe operated alongside each other, but not together. Well, with it in reverse, that means simply that things are coming back together. You're getting out of that space. This is, connection. Oh, I'm sorry, it zoomed in. And this 2 of Cups, like I said, this is already a connection. There's already a connection there. I think if somebody feels alone, if somebody feels restricted, if somebody feels like they can't move forward in this relationship, it's really not true. I feel like somebody is in fact intimidated. Somebody's intimidated by the King of Wands. And that's understandable. The King of Wands is everything he looks to be. Nothing about that King of Wands, I don't know how well you could see his face when I held it up, but he looks a little scary. But this is a dude, he's probably been hang gliding and, fought on the front line, and, he may have wrestled a shark. This man probably does everything from fixing toys and baby doll heads to building houses. He certainly is the man when it comes to creating things, and his passion and his energy and his accomplishments. So yes, he can be intimidating, but I just really don't think that that's the reality. Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who's extremely focused on a particular task or project, or something that needs to get done. And sometimes they can spend so much time focused on one particular detail that they may not get anything accomplished. If you look at this Knight of Pentacles, the other knights, there's movement in those cards, and he looks to be standing still. He's got a little coin in his hand. And it looks like he could be about to offer it to somebody if he could just get to them. But, you know, he can't offer that coin if he's just standing there. So, again, Capricorn, I'm feeling like somebody is just standing still. Now, the Knight of Pentacles are going to be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So, Capricorn, I'm thinking that this is you standing still. Looking at this Nine of Wands reverse, thinking, how can I get out of that? How can I get out of that energy that I feel like is holding me back? This King of Wands seems to have his back to you. And this is a king and this is a knight. So for some of you, this could be in a same-sex relationship. And if not, this King of Wands is just somebody who has, you know, a lot of masculine energy. So anyway, you feel like that because this king is looking away from you. If you are in fact this Knight of Pentacles, that you don't have any chance with them. And you're just standing still, creating this prison for yourself. But what I'm here to tell you is that you are already connected to this person. And if you break out of that fear, that anxiety, then you are able to make that connection physically with that person. Just like you've been able to connect to them, you know, intuitively, telepathically, emotionally. And this could be a case where maybe you are having some interactions with this King of Wands, but it hadn't gone to the next level. This, you know, could be late night conversations on the phone, you know, exchanges of thoughts and ideas and, you know, experiences together, but maybe it hadn't quite gotten physical. And somebody, which I'm thinking is you, Capricorn, is possibly afraid to make the first move. And you know, I gotta be honest. The King of Wands absolutely won't see you if you don't get in his face. Unless he's specifically looking for you to begin with. And it's like I said before, it's like because he's got so much fire around him, it's hard for him to see through the flames. I'm a Leo, I know sometimes it can really be hard for us to see past ourselves. It's not intentional. It's not that we don't want to see the people around us. It is just, tell me an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius that you know that is not in love with themselves. You know, it don't have to be anything personal against anybody else. It's just that we can be so in love with ourselves first. You know, for some of us, you got to squeeze between us and the mirror in order to get us to engage. You know, I have made a vow to take all the mirrors out of my house. Notice I said all of the mirrors, because there's a lot. But yeah, Capricorn, I think that you are going to, and you know, this is what's in your nature. Earth moves slow. Earth is not a fast moving energy, but it's still powerful because it's very consistent. And you can rely on Earth. When you need somebody to come through that's going to stand the test of time and get the job done, no matter how slowly or methodically, you get yourself a Taurus, a Virgo, or Capricorn. You want to get it done fast and in a big way, you get an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. And that's what makes the world go round. But what I'm saying, Capricorn, is if this is you and you long for this King of Wands, then like I said earlier, you may have to go about this differently. With this Two of Cups, I absolutely think that you and this King of Wands could just, ride off in the sunset together. Because I feel like that you have a lot that you could possibly offer this King of Wands, as far as, just kind of keeping him grounded. Because even he's king, but even in his old age, this is a guy who is going to keep moving. He's burning that candle at both ends, and he will until this is I'll sleep when I die type person. And you could help the King of Wands. And you're like, well, who can help the king? You know, everybody needs help. He's probably the most advanced and the most experienced, but he's still not God. He doesn't know everything. We don't exist on this earth alone because we need other people to help us with our shortcomings. And so where he falls short, and believe me, he still does, even though he's the king, there are things that you can offer to him. And this King of Wands, with all of his energy and all his fire and recognition and status and creativity, can help to take you to the places that you want to go, even if that's just to the bedroom. Okay, well, that's the way I see it, Capricorn. I want to mention that I'll be giving away a free 15-minute reading when we hit 3,000 subscribers. And I'll be getting back to you guys, letting you know how I plan to go about uh, the qualifying details, or how I plan to do that. I want to say thank you so much for anybody who's new, who is watching for the first time. Thank you so much for tuning in and giving the video a chance. For those of you returning, thanks for hanging in there with me. Yeah, especially you Capricorns, because you guys are so no nonsense. And, I can be such a flake sometimes, but, it's what it is. So, thank you guys for having the patience. My daughter is a Cancer. She's water sign, and she's like, she swears to everything that she cannot deal with another Leo in her life because I'm enough. But all her best friends are Leo. So, who you fooling? You love us. Anyway, yeah, so that's the way I see it, guys. Thank you so much again for tuning in, and I hope to talk to you guys again next month.